What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on? If y'all can hear me, put something in the chats. I can't hear you. We finally get a chance to go live. So if y'all here, go ahead and put something right there in the chats, okay? All right. If y'all hear me, give me like a thumbs up or give me just do something, say Savage in there. You can put Savage in there. All right, that's what's up. So, yeah, thank you. Well, guys, we got a couple things that we need to address today. And it's one of these things. I don't know if y'all heard this or not. But we got a lot of things to address today. I don't know. Can y'all hear that? Y'all hear the music? Yep. All right. So let's get into this, y'all. I can't wait another minute because this got to be discussed. So the thing that we have going on is something about. Let's start this thing back. Let's start back from a beginning stage here. Let's just go way back. By the way, Mother Savage is in my house today because me and Jocelyn, we went on a cruise to relax, gather our thoughts, and get ourselves together. So me and Jocelyn went on a cruise. And as we on the cruise, relaxing, we in the Bahamas. You know, we needed a vacation just to separate ourselves from a lot of things, a lot of situations. She needed some rest, and I needed a break myself. So let's move a little bit further. I'm sitting on the boat. Normally we don't even have internet, so I looked up, and guess what I see? The Shabazz Podcast, and the man is talking about he's going to R. Kelly. He's going to paraphrasing this now. He's going to expose Jocelyn. Now, this situation that people are doing things about my daughter, it's got to stop. You know, if you want her to have her peace, I'm gonna let her have her peace. You know, but you keep constantly mentioning her name every 5 minutes. You can go on YouTube and they mentioning my daughter's name. You know, he's talking about the secrets of joy, and he got a big picture of that on his podcast, exposing the secrets of joy. R. Kelly and the secrets of joy. This man has nothing to do with the case. First of all, he will say he has something to do with it. You know, and I'm not going to cuss on here. I'm not going to use any profanity here because at the end of the day, the facts, not the truth, the facts just as we go in court. Facts. First of all, this man said that I am somewhat of a, I guess, a criminal or shyster. As he somewhat, I'm paraphrasing what he said because I don't recall exactly what he said because I was on a cruise, I was relaxing. But he stated that I am, I guess, a shyster, whatever, right? Well, let's go a little bit back in my history and my background and my wife's background. Me and my wife went to high school together. My mother and father was married at a younger age. Roughly, I think she was 19 and he was 21 or 22. I think he was a little bit older than my mom. They stayed married for 50 plus years till he passed. They stayed, I had me, my brother, and of course, all the other grandkids. Now you got 50 years old. Now let's go to my side. That's my side of the family, which my mother Savage is downstairs if y'all want to talk to her. Now, Jocelyn on her side of the family, Jocelyn's mother was an educator. At the same time, college degree, my wife college degree. And at the same time, her mother and father was married for 45 to 50 years until he passed. Her father was a paraplegic. He was in a wheelchair. He got hit by a car. Her mom recently just passed had cancer, right? So when we talk about people's history, know the facts. You know, me and my wife been married since 1995, and it was in March. And the thing is here, you know, anybody can get on here and say something, but Shabazz, you overstep your boundaries. First of all, you call me Timothy Savage. I'm glad you called me by my government name because everybody called me Tim for short, but Timothy Savage is my name. I grew up in Westwood, you know. Back then, Westwood was a nice area, nice to do areas. It's 50 plus years in that neighborhood. One house, one neighborhood, 50 plus years. Everybody on my street mother was a nurse, educators, or hardworking people. So let's get to the ball of this. So obviously, when I growed up, and anybody can reminisce this, when I went even in high school, as when I met my wife, 10th grade, I had a brand new vehicle. Now, we're talking on the money side now. Brand new vehicle. 10th grade. But we can go deeper than that. When I was younger and junior high, I had a brand new scooter. Nobody never had these type of things. I'm talking about $3,000 scooter. Little stuff like that, you know. So we're talking money-wise at this point. Father had a lot of monies. Mother, they're both workers, make decent monies. I had a brand new vehicle. Every year of high school, not no used vehicle, brand new. 10th grade, I had a brand new vehicle. 11th grade, I had a brand new vehicle. 12th grade. And when I got out of high school, I had a 325 BMW. Paid cash for it. You follow me? So it wasn't no problem about making monies in that household because that's what we was taught. All my brothers was married for a long term with their wives. All my brothers never been in any type of trouble. But, you know, don't get it twisted. They would do their thing if you mess with one of the Savage boys. So it wasn't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So let's move from that background to why Jocelyn didn't have a good upkeeping or upbringing, rather. So that shows you a little bit about my background. Jocelyn, the same way. Mother and father, educators, at the same time, nice, lovely homes, everything. Nice. Went to a nice school, Whitehaven High School. You can look it up. You know, the optional school at the time. So it wasn't no growing up in South Central, nothing like that. Nothing against South Central, but it is what it is. You want me to spring the facts? Let's bring the facts. So let's get to Mr. Shabazz. Mr. Shabazz said Jocelyn had a horrible upbringing. Jocelyn stayed back then when we was in Memphis, over $300,000, $400,000 house back then in the 90s. So houses like that now will be worth about $700,000, $800,000 today after we moved from Memphis. So it wasn't no problem with what Jocelyn had going on. So the next thing is, the other thing is that he brought up saying that me, my wife, and I was up in Chicago the night of the fight when Jocelyn and Azarel got the fight. Now, these are facts. The facts are that we was not up there. Or the day, he said I was the day before the fight, and I was up there also when the fight took place. This is from Shabazz's mouth. And if you go back to TMZ on January the 9th, 2020, you would see it says GF Jocelyn after the fight with Azarel on TMZ. It would clearly state on the TMZ article when the TMZ guy caught me and asked me, he said, "What do you think about your daughter's fight with Azarel? And how do you feel about the situation?" I said, "I feel just like the other parents would feel. I don't feel that they should even got the fight. I think they could have worked it out by just talking about this. You don't have to put your hands on somebody always to work things out." So with that being said, the guy lied right then, talking about I was up in Chicago the night of the fight and the day before, which is a true busted lie. And you can go look on TMZ, like I said, on January 9th of 2020, you would see that I was in Atlanta, Georgia, going to a conference that I was going to talk about young women being taken advantage of, or predators taking advantage of young women on that same night. And my attorney was there with me too, Jura Griggs. So let's talk about after the fight. When we found out, TMZ caught us in the parking lot at that location. Now, I don't know how they caught us, but they caught us at that parking lot. The next day, my wife and Jalen flew up to Chicago. I was nowhere near present. I was back at the house. She was trying to find out if Jocelyn needed bond, if Jocelyn needs something to get out of jail. My wife and daughter was there to take care of the business, get her out of jail. Because on the same tip, somebody called my lawyer's office that same night when we was headed to the event and said, "Mr. Griggs, Jocelyn has been arrested. She needs your help." And Jura told us that. So someone reached out to Jura to see if we can help our daughter. At the same time, we reached out, we called, and Jocelyn, let's get to the video of R. Kelly's house. Now, Jonjolyn and Jalen went up there to try to get Jocelyn out. Well, obviously they wasn't aware to get her out, so they end up talking to Azarel and Angelo, and she wants to know what was going on with her daughter, like grown-ups would talk. So they went up there and talked to them. At that time, Jocelyn wasn't there, so they talked to them and they came out. Jalen shot some video of the apartment so she could show me what was going on with Joy, so we can try to fix some things out. So they end up coming back to Georgia, and Jocelyn had a court date that same month on January 23rd. If you saw me when I put the video up, January 23rd, we went to her court date. We got up there 2 days prior to her court date. It was on January 23rd. We was invited back to the Trump Towers on the 22nd, I think, right before her court date. And we went to the Trump Towers, and one of the young ladies that Jocelyn knew, asked us to come up, and we came up. She showed us around because she was staying there as well. She had a key because one of the people from downstairs came up and asked her who she was, and she told him who she was and showed that she had a key to the apartment, Trump Tower. So that's the day that I went to R. Kelly's place because we was invited up there. So I wanted to really see how my daughter was living and how she was doing at that facility and how she was being treated. Let me explain to you. You saw the video because I put it up a while back. The video was horrible. He had the little McDonald's house. You could sit right there from the kitchen and see McDonald's. So he had a McDonald's model and you could see McDonald's from the window. I looked around the house. The tubs was nasty. Everything was filthy in that house. I don't know how she was living in that house. I don't even know how she could live in that house. It brought tears to my eyes to see her that she was living in that type of filth. So the next day we went back to the hotel. Later on that night we talked, and her nana was here, which is Geraldine Johnson, which was Jocelyn's mother. Flew up here. Let me tell you who was all up here. It was Jocelyn, Tim. This is on January 23rd. Jocelyn, Tim, Gerald, which is her uncle. You had Jalen's boyfriend, Say. You had me. You had Jalen. And you had Johnson and Jory. We was all here to try to find out what's going on with my daughter on the date of her court hearing, which was January the 23rd. The same day that she went up there on January the 23rd, we sit outside on the benches waiting to go in. We went in when the judge allowed us to go into the courtroom. We sit on the front pew up front. I sit right next to Jocelyn, right next to her on the pew. Johnson sit right here. And I looked at her like this, and she almost had a hissy fit. Like, at first, the lawyer looked over at Jocelyn, and Jocelyn, after that, she just went into a spaz. And the actual security guard in the courtroom, he said, "Man, I'm gonna have to ask you to move." I said, "Okay, that's okay. I'll move." He said, I'll tell you what, I'll just step outside. So I stepped outside, and I think Jocelyn stayed in the actual courtroom when she left. I don't know, because I had to go downstairs. I went downstairs, and I told Jocelyn, when Jocelyn texted me, when you see Jocelyn coming out the courtroom. Well, Jocelyn, Jalen, Miss Johnson, and Jory was upstairs in the courtroom. Me, Say, and Gerald was downstairs on the lower level. Now let's get back to the Shabazz situation. I'm sitting there waiting for her to call the elevator because Johnny said they on their way down, her and the attorney. Now, I never met Shabazz in my life. Never. Not one time at all have I met this cat. So I'm sitting, waiting for the elevator like this. I'm waiting on the elevator. I'm looking at you like I'm waiting on the elevator. All of a sudden, Gerald is sitting to the right, and Say was sitting to the right. We're sitting to the right of Gerald. Sitting to the right of Gerald. So all of a sudden, this dude walk up in my face, and I'm looking at him like, okay, this must be one of R. Kelly goons or something. Okay, that's what's up. I said, look, man. He said, man, he's like in an anger situation. I was like, let me tell you something, partner. Told him just like this. I said, look, man, I'm gonna tell you real truth. I said, I'm waiting on this little girl to get out this elevator. I said, you got 2 seconds to move away from front of me, partner, or I'm gonna make you move. Just like that. And he said, oh, it's like that. I said, yeah, it's like that, partner. I said, if you don't move, and I said in a more aggressive way, and we downstairs waiting for her to come out. I said, if you don't move, I'm gonna make you move, partner. It's just that simple. I said, because I'm not here for you. I'm here for my daughter. I don't know what you here for. So at that time, me and him getting into a more heated conversation. Jocelyn is pulling to the left of me. As she pulling to the left of me, Jalen and Jordan, as I see them walking out the back, I'm finna walk like this, and this dude, I don't know what his intentions are. His intentions not to help me with my daughter, first of all. I don't know what his intentions is. You feel me? So they walking out the other side door, because you see them walk out another side door, not the main entrance of the courtroom. So Jocelyn, Jalen, and Jordan is walking, and mother's trying to catch up to, because I think she was trying to see what I had going on with Shabazz, which I didn't know the dude's name. Man, this dude finna get arguing, fighting, or whatever. I don't know what we finna do at that time. So she walked out there trying to tell Jocelyn, and Jocelyn would listen. At the same time, the attorney was making every move that Jocelyn was doing. She was forcing Jocelyn to go wherever she wanted her to go. Jocelyn didn't have a say so. Jocelyn played like she was on the phone. And that's what my daughter was telling me. She was playing like she was on the phone. She wasn't on the phone with nobody. Her grandmother couldn't talk to her, which is her Nana Johnson, which is no longer here. Now, at this time, John and them had walked back, and they told me what was going on. So we down on the lower level. You ever been to Chicago court? Down on the side down here, Shabazz and pulled me. He rapping to me, okay? I'm like, what's up, man? We like, what's up? I'm like, dude, what you want? And he like, man, I just want to talk to you. I said, no, we ain't doing none of that right now, man. I said, I want to find what's going on with my daughter. So at this time, he's trying to tell me all about what's going on in the R. Kelly camp, all that hearsay, right? I don't want to hear all that. So we on the process of trying to get back to Joy. So he said, I'll take y'all back to the hotel room. At the same time, after we rapped for about 20 minutes outside the court, not just me, John Jalen was there, I was there, Gerald was there. Her brother, Georgian, her brother's name is Gerald. Say was there, George was there, and Miss Johnson was there. Miss Johnson rode in the front seat because he said, I'll take y'all back to the hotel. So this man being tried to get us to do an interview with him right then. I said, no, man, we don't do that, bro. We here for our daughter. We ain't about all that. So Shabazz gonna go about, he took us back to the hotel, and it was a Range Rover. Let this be known. Savage ain't never been broke. So I've owned a Range Rover before. Paid for it cash. So let's don't get that twisted. I've owned multiple cars. So I'm just gonna let you know. It ain't like I've never rode in a Range Rover. I owned the Range Rover. I've got S550. I own them. Got multiple cars. So that's not the issue here. So I'm just letting y'all know before he talking about whatever he talking about. So we went back to the hotel, and once we got back to the hotel, he asked to film us. He actually wanted to talk to us right then. We said, no, we don't want to film your film. We here to see what's going on with our daughter. I said, and he said, well, just give me a call and I'll take y'all out to dinner and we can talk. And we can sit here, we can talk and I can, get some more detail. No, we don't need to do all that. Our thing is our daughter. He said, well, can I film y'all going into the hotel? I said, yes. That's the only thing that he got. That's the only thing that he got from me. Was a filming me, John, getting out the car, going into the hotel. So that's all you seen in that little documentary that he, cheap ass documentary. I'm trying to keep my composure here because the dude is a fraud. That cheap ass documentary that he put out. Now even Angelo Clary would tell you that, I ain't gonna speak on the Clarys because Clarys, they had their own situation with him, but Angelo will tell you about that cheap ass documentary that he didn't want to participate in, that he regret participating in. I'm sorry, my wife want to get in here. So I'm gonna add her to the thing right now. So when y'all hear Shabazz get on his podcast and all these lies that he said I was up there talking about how how Joy was raised, man, it's the biggest lie I ever seen in my life. That's the reason why you can't believe nothing that these people say, man. Nothing. You got to hear it from the horse's mouth. So that's the reason why I said, let me go online and talk about it. Look, I don't want to talk about if Angelo, whatever happened to him and his daughter and his wife. I wasn't there.
We met them. Their daughter was already in the house.
Their daughter was already in the house, like our daughter was already in the house. So our conversation is not to talk about any other victim. Our conversation is to talk about what's going on with Joy, period, or the Savage family.
And one other thing, you have to go on somebody's YouTube channel, donate them Cash App links, or they have a Cash App posted for them to get information about us or anybody else involved. Then you need to think twice. Are they really giving you facts? And if they are giving you facts, where are they getting it from? They don't know me.
Let me say this too. Anybody goes on there and turn it down, please. Hold on, I was getting double feed. Anybody asks you to donate for some R. Kelly stuff, that money's not going to R. Kelly, first of all. It's going in their pocket.
No, they they're going there and raise money for their food trucks and get money for their own liability.
And then at the same time, if anybody like Shabazz go on there and mention Jocelyn, he can't even pull his own weight. Man, say you on a magazine, but why you got to mention R. Kelly? Why you got to mention Jocelyn Savage? He had nothing to do with this. Nothing. Not one thing to do with this case. He might say he did. I never knew the guy on this case. I never met the guy. I never even knew the guy until the first time he saw me at the jail. So for him to do what he's saying and man, please, this dude is a joke, man. Y'all need to go in there and type on his podcast and say.
Some people want to listen for the three of us.
I guess you can go listen for three. But at the end of the day, this guy's a fraud. On our behalf. I can't say what else he didn't talk about. I can't talk about whoever he know or whoever he had met because I don't know the guy. What I do know, what he's saying about the Savages, is a bold-faced lie. The guy ain't made me nothing but 10 minutes out of his lifetime. He don't even know what. Man, please. The guy don't know nothing.
It's not just about him. It's the other ones too. He brought it to my attention. I'm trying to catch a lie. Call me a drunk. Whatever you want to say. John is not a drunk. I'm a businesswoman. It's a lot of factors behind what happened, where I won't discuss on here, but people that's close to me knows what happened. And it's really none of. Yes. Hold on 1 second. I'm alive.
Man, see, that's hold on. Let me rephrase this. It says, Tim, why did you file bankruptcy after you met? Let me tell you, bro.
What?
Bankruptcy.
File
bankruptcy, bro.
Let them state their sources. When you say those comments, state your sources. Is your source?
I got titles to everything.
This is about bankruptcy.
I don't know how I met R. Kelly, bro. I got titles.
Really? Okay, where you get your source from?
First of all,
I mean, it's all right.
My money is irrelevant, but I don't have to file bankruptcy.
But where you get that from?
You got the wrong person, bro. You got the wrong family.
Wrong family.
Wrong family, bro.
Keep listening to them YouTube. They're gonna lead you right on to hell. Right on.
You lost your S550, bro. Please,
it's paid for in my garage.
S550 paid for. I can show you a picture of.
That's what I'm saying. They listen. Are these kids? I'm talking about the kids.
Not just the S550, but the BMW, the 22 Hayabusa that's sitting in the garage. What else?
Well, it's not.
It's irrelevant, man. It's not about materialistic. All that's paid for, man.
You can't give.
I got titles to that.
That's materialistic.
You don't see no repo truck coming here.
Yeah, that's materialistic.
That's materialistic, bro.
That's not what this is about. Materialistic. I don't even focus on my daughter where she's grown.
And the same thing about the boat.
Let me talk.
He's the same dude. Talking about Rico, man. He need to recall his ass.
Look, I don't listen to comments. If y'all think y'all hurt me when you say these little sassy comments or whatever, it don't hurt me. But if it makes some of you all feel like you're really doing something.
Hold on, I want to do this to Boski guy because I've been wanting to address.
Who is the Boski? Oh, I ain't never met that nigga neither. Every day he's on YouTube. Every day he's on YouTube. I ain't never met that guy neither. So if then he's making his livelihood off of R. Kelly, does he even know R. Kelly? I wish I never would have met the man personally, but I do hope he gets a fair trial. If the whoever his new attorney is, Bunjin, if she can find some loopholes. It's exposed where he went wrong, then that's on her. But let me tell you this: if you are somebody who's coming to me saying what we did and we're gonna be in jail, you're gonna keep on waiting. You're gonna be waiting for cold damn hell to find it out because that's not gonna happen. Nothing will ever be.
I tell you what, if you can't prove that if it's not paid for the S5,
okay, why do you know?
You put up 10 grand, I put up the title. You bring the money and I put the title up.
Well, why is this about money?
No. Hold up, Johnny. I want to address this person. You bring 10 grand. No, you bring 30 to 40 grand and I'll show you title. And then we'll go from there. I ain't got time for all that, man. It's not about money.
Where they get this information from?
It's not about money. I'm telling you that right now. So stop that foolishness, bro. Now back to this Dubowski guy, man. The Boski guy, if you think we should be in the RICO or something like that or something like that, man, call the feds, bro. Why don't they investigate you? Call the feds. I'm telling you right now. If you think so, just call the feds. My lawyer will be loving to hear from you. Gerald Griggs will love to hear from you, brother. So you can call him anytime you want to and say what you want to say. And then I will point you to the right person at the right time. And you can talk to them all you want to. So if you want to go that route, brother. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear you call the feds and have them come talk to Tim Savage. Because they have already talked to me, brother. See, that's the thing that you people don't know, man. And the thing that y'all talking about, I'm going to make my millions. I've made money before. So leave the money. Why y'all talking about the money anyway? It's about my daughter, man.
Let me see these comments.
It's so stupid.
But on another note, for the ones that are people that have a lot of common sense and they're like adults, we appreciate the support, whatever. But we've moved on. We pray for our daughter daily. She's in the position now where she has to find her way. We've done what we can, not just for her. It was to basically bring justice or to get him held accountable for a lot of different actions. When I first found out what was happening, I immediately started doing the investigation. It wasn't no taking money, no sleeping with him, trying to sleep with him, have threesomes with him and my dog. It was none of that. All those are just bogus lies. Yeah. We just wanted to be accountable like any other person. I don't care if he was a millionaire, zillionaire, or whatever. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
Absolutely.
And furthermore, the case is not
about me and my wife.
His indictments were not
about the savages.
Us. It was based off of the facts.
We just were the parents that want to speak up and try to find out what was going on with our daughter. It just blew up on him. That's what that was. He knew it.
And someone said we're getting nervous. What are we nervous about?
Bro, I'm sitting here chilling.
I just came back off a lovely cruise. Tim and I've been, we went to the Bahamas. We were going for
I know, right? Stop reading the message, Tim. You're right about that.
Just a lovely cruise.
I need to start reading the message. That lady's so right. But anyway, let's get out. I'm gonna start reading the message.
But on a positive note, we live our life positive, a lot of positive. And I don't see how one parent can say that another parent is a bad parent if you don't know that person. If you just hear what's in the media not in the media, but from the bloggers that don't even know us. I mean, if you were one of those bloggers that got a chance to talk to us maybe once or twice for a few minutes, what they're saying versus when they met us versus what they're saying on their blogs, along with their Cash App links and their Zelle links, they are.
Thank you.
they're feeding into the weak-minded people that can't research for themselves. I have an open platform on my Instagram page, and I do address a lot of my followers. They ask me things, and if I can answer it, I will. Right. So whenever you want to know something, you don't have to go listen to the bloggers to try to get updates on us. They don't know us first. They don't know me personally. Absolutely. They don't know Tim. They don't know my life. Like, I don't know anybody.
This personally on here.
I know some of you all.
Right. You met someone.
Yeah,
right.
I've met a lot of good people. Good people that have really grown close to me, and I give them advice.
Matter of fact, Dubowski has met my daughter online, Jalen, which I told Jalen not to go on there because it's always set up. But at least he did this. He didn't. I'm gonna say he didn't disrespect my daughter. He told them people to listen to what my daughter had to say. Well, my daughter has her own opinion on a lot of things. Jalen is a good lady. She doesn't stay here with us. She has her own house. She is dating her boyfriend. They have their own space. But by far, he treated my daughter with some respect, and I appreciate that. So I thank you for that, Dubowski. But at the end of the day, guys, we are here because of one reason only. To see what's going on with Joy. Period. Now, if you have some trickery folks out there that want to save R. Kelly's career because of who he is and what he do, he was a pedophile.
Well,
period. He messed with young girls, young boys, and maybe some young women and some older women and maybe some older men. But at the end of the day, it wasn't about the savages. It was about R.K. doing what he's doing. He was a predator.
He has a trial coming up in August.
He got a trial coming up in August.
We have nothing to do with it.
Right.
And didn't have anything to do with this particular trial. We just anybody goes to the police to file a complaint against somebody that they know has potentially or allegedly caused some type of harm to their family members. That's what we did, file a complaint. From there on, the investigation was started and evidence presented itself. Yes, we were active. Yes, we did talk a lot. Yes, there were some things that we possibly said that we shouldn't have said in our daughter's defense. But we were nervous. We were scared parents. Never been in a situation like that before. Right. We really was in fear. And the information that I was getting was not from bloggers or from people just telling me stuff. It was people that had been working for him over 10, 15 years. Right. That had finally left and were giving me a lot of inside information with receipts. Right. Not just telling me stuff and just to make me scared. They were actually presenting evidence, and I wasn't getting information from just a random person that didn't know him or just gave their opinion. I was actually getting information from people that have been wanting to talk for years, but they felt they couldn't.
They didn't have a voice.
Is right, exactly. Right. So, if it makes you feel good to call me ugly, call me a drunk, call me if I don't have my teeth. How do you know all this stuff? How do you know we filed bankruptcy? I haven't filed bankruptcy. Right. If we did, people file bankruptcy every day.
No, ain't no if we did. Hold on. Let's make this clear.
I'm just saying in defense for other people that do, because this economy is all over the place. Right. It's so many people that have lost their jobs, their careers, their homes, their cars. Unless you are a true hustler, business person, you can go and start your own business. This is the time to do it. So I'm working on a few different businesses myself that I started back in 2007. Working on a lot of different things, and I'm just living life. So you can say what you want, but if it makes you feel good to come say something smart to me on my Twitter or Instagram, I most likely will read it. And I used to respond to some of their comments, but for what? For what reason? You don't know me. I don't know you. So what difference does it make? I feel good about myself. Absolutely. You can love me, hate me, whatever. I feel good about myself. I've lost over 30 pounds. One reason, the best way to lose weight is, first of all, stop stressing. You leave it in God's hands. You leave it in God's hands, for one. Mm-hmm. And then ladies, go get your hormones checked. That's a big factor. Get your hormones checked. For me, my testosterone was a little low, progesterone, whatever. Got that balance, and that was helped me a lot. It really did. But I love everybody. I love all my girls. I love my husband. I love my family. I love a lot of my followers, supporters. I even love people that hate us. You know, I see comments coming in now. I don't even read comments. You know, it doesn't hurt me either way because I know who I am. And when you step out on like a thing that we stepped out on to bring something that had been so dark for so many years to light, you have to be comfortable in your own skin.
Absolutely.
Because I always say time is the best teacher. So as new developments come out, people getting so-called exposed or whatever, we'll never get exposed because we don't have anything to expose.
Right.
You know, like I said, it's a lot of things that, Joseph, if you're listening, Mommy personally apologize if I embarrassed you on some things that was said, because as a young adult, you feel that you're in love with a certain person, although we're older, we can see far ahead, see where it's going, but love is love. But at the same time, we had a responsibility, and we really did have a responsibility to bring to light what we knew. We never had gained knowledge of what we found out. It would have been easier to be quiet, especially if we didn't have a family member.
I tell you what, you say you want to know the guy that I used to work with? I'm going to tell you the guy that I used to work with. Matter of fact, his name is Donald. Was my manager, by the way. If you want to know that, when I worked at a different location. But I've also owned other businesses too, guys.
Away from the money.
I mean, this Daboski guy is a real joke. He said he know where his kids at, blah blah. Dude, I know my kids at too. I don't know where Joy at right now because she's almost 27 years old. Let me tell you something. You must be a kid yourself. Because you obviously say you know your kids. Your kids probably about 9 or 5.
I know my 14-year-old.
I know my 14-year-old at. You must be a kid yourself. You probably about 26, 27, trying to make a way. You trying to make your lifestyle. I've been where you been, brother. I've been doing things before you got milk on your breath.
I actually, people's perception of reality is different. If you never walked in our shoes or we haven't walked in our shoes,
you're 100% right.
People's perception.
I don't disrespect you, brother. Hold up, Johnny. Let me talk. I don't disrespect you. But what I will do is tell you this and tell you this clearly. You never walk in my shoes. So if you never walked in my shoes, you can't wear them. You can't wear them because you never walked in them, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can sit there behind you. Hold up, Johnny. Hold up. You can sit there behind YouTube and talk and this and that. But until you walk in my shoes, you can't say shit to me. Period. And just keeping it real. Because you don't know as a parent. You don't have the experience. It's just like a pilot that's flying up in the air. Which one you want? The experienced pilot or the one that's shaking? Don't know what the hell he got going on. I'm an experienced person. I walked in these shoes, brother. You never will walk in these shoes. You know the reason why? You can't walk in them, brother. You don't even have no clue. You probably just met R. Kelly, probably talking to him over the phone while he in jail. You don't know nothing about this case, brother. Nothing. You're just getting a part of something that you know nothing about. Nothing. I'm talking about the Daboski guy. You know nothing about. You know, you need to stay in your lane and go do something. Go play basketball on the neighborhood court and leave this alone, bro. It's gonna get you in a situation that you don't want to be in. These federal agents ain't playing with these folks, bro. These YouTubers, they ain't playing with them. They're not gonna play with you, man. I ain't got to do nothing harm to you. I'm telling you. You keep on, they just watching the channel. They watching this channel right now. You keep on, they gonna get next to you. And you ain't gonna like that when the federal agents come for you and talk to you. Then you get yourself away from your kids.
Whoever they are, they'll be probably on.
So I'm just telling you, hold up, I'm just telling you, man, stay in your lane, bro. Stay in your lane. Get on something else. Do something else, man. Get out away from this, man. This is nothing famous. This is nothing glory. This is nothing, man. This is a predator that went out and seeked out little girls and young boys and had his way with them, and grown women and men, and had his way with them. You had enablers that was supporting his dirty habits, bro. His dirty habits. You had enablers that was supporting his dirty habits in his camp.
This has nothing to do with his music. Yes,
right. Music. It had nothing to do with his music. It was. This is some sick shit. And for you to sit there and want to support a person like this, you got a mental problem yourself.
Exactly. I mean, how can you bash another person? We were.
You know nothing about me. You know nothing about Joy. Jonathan.
You just bash us because you don't want to address the real elephant in the room.
Right. The real elephant in the room is R. Kelly, bro.
Yeah, and I stand by that. You know, I stand by. I would do it.
Talk about that predator.
Right. It's just,
you ain't said nothing about him. You haven't said not one thing to say. Did he have sex with an underage girl? One.
Oh, they fact. Don't believe it.
Did he have sex with a minor? Fact. Did he have sex or put women in a room and lock them up in a room? Facts. You know, I mean, come on, God. Think about the facts here, man. Now, I ain't say the truth. I said facts, because all this has been pointed out in court, man. Come on now. You got to stop and think about it. And I'm going to tell you, because I'm glad you do have your kids next to you, brother. I'm glad you do have your kids next to you. I want you, listen, Johnny, I want you to hug your daughter or your son and be watchful for them. Because that's something that I didn't do along the lines, brother. I didn't do along the lines. She was in college, but I didn't do along the lines to watch her every move. I tried to give her a break while she was in college. Let her grow up. That's the only thing I regret, bro. So for you to come at me for some bull crap like this.
This is too much energy.
No, I'm not giving her too much energy. I'm just saying, I'm tired. It ain't just him. It's all these other R. Kelly fans, bro.
I mean, and it's all right. Everybody wants to feel.
I mean, it ain't like R. Kelly fans. It's the fact that you allowing a predator to keep his legacy alive for a predator. I don't care if he was R. Kelly, Hugh Hefner, Elvis Presley.
Oh, let me tell you,
I don't care who he was.
When we first came out 6 years ago, everybody was like, "What about Hugh Hefner? Hugh Hefner been doing it for years." Okay, Hugh Hefner girls finally got a documentary now too. Exposing him, but what they had came out, and we didn't come out first.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Probably not.
I don't care who it is, man. It could be your next to your kin. It could be your father. It could be your mother. Whoever it could be, brother. It's uncle, granddaddy, whoever it is. If they're a predator, put them behind bars. Period. They don't need to go. No, look at me closely. They do not need to be walking the street if they have sit out and abused somebody. Period, bro. 13-year-old child, 14-year-old child, boys, girls. Man, this doesn't make sense, man. Well, tell me wherever you think in your logic, in your mind, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and if you think that makes sense, man, you need to look at yourself in the mirror. Because you ain't right.
But let me say this, don't interrupt. Everybody has their own journey. You know, I have mine. For whatever reason, this life, we don't know why we go through what we go through.
Right.
The last 5 years, I was a total wreck. I really was. I've grown. I'm so much stronger. So anything you can say to me that just try to bring me down, it won't work. It won't work. You keep saying to whatever. You could say me ugly. You can call me with whatever. You can say I'm not a good parent, not a good wife. You can say whatever you want to say because I know who I am and I'm confident who I am. And I love all of my followers. I love the many people that I've met. That come visit me in Atlanta, go out to eat, meet up, talk on the side, whatever. I love you all. And this is not really a bad session because people talk about Jesus. So you can talk about us. We're not trying to convince the people that don't believe us, that they be solar. To this day, I can't figure out how you sell a daughter that's in college and you're paying for her dorm, stay on college.
Right.
And then, but you're going to sell her, that's a whole other story. But anyway, to answer the question, no, we did not sell our daughter. Never would have sold her. Never took any money. And I just stand by what I have. We've said that so many times.
Y'all, I want to address this. Yes. See, you told the world that your daughter had herpes. You know the reason why that happened? You know the reason why? let me say, don't interrupt, please. Let me tell you, I'm going to look into the camera. Let me tell you the reason why that happened. Because imagine this. Imagine your daughter she's 20 years old. 19. She was 19. And she ran up on a R. Kelly. And the R. Kelly was sleeping not with your daughter, but with the next daughter. He slept with over 20 to 30 women per night. And he has an infection that he's spreading like AIDS or spreading herpes. Let me explain to you. Why wouldn't you want to expose it? Now, maybe it was the wrong way of doing it, but if I had to do it all over again, I probably would change a couple ways of how I would do it. But it wouldn't be a way that I would change my mind to let other people know that this man has a disease that is uncurable. Now, in facts, that you guys at one point were saying he did. Well, in the course, it came out that he had herpes. So tell me, which one is right and which one is wrong? For me not to bring awareness to the people that he's sleeping with women daily, whether they're underage or not, that this guy has herpes and you have something that could be uncurable? My God, I would want somebody to tell me if somebody have that. I would want somebody, wouldn't you want somebody to tell you if you're sleeping with a young lady that has herpes and you didn't know about it? Of course you would. Because you wouldn't want that nasty.
Not just herpes.
Not just herpes. AIDS, all of it. So guys, when you say something like that, think about what you're really trying to expose here. I'm a loving, caring father, not just for my daughter, but for all the young ladies out there. I didn't want to stop him from doing something to my daughter. I want to stop it, period. Because at the end of the night, you have other women that are going to be exposed to this disease. Whatever he may have. Whether it's herpes, AIDS, whatever he may have. I don't know. Not just I said whatever he may have. I said whatever he may have. I don't know what the guy got. But at the end of the day, the herpes things came out of court. But, you know, he could have gave it to some of the men that he was dealing with too. So, you know, you guys need to go get checked. Whoever you are, you know who you are. Some of you men, go get checked. You know, that's the most positive thing you can do. You got to keep positive vibes, man.
Yeah, it's so. I just hate. I don't look at YouTube when I get the notifications. I don't look at YouTube when people claim to know more about me or my family than I know. Because I just take it as people trying to get a check, people trying to get views. I've had a YouTube page for 6-7 years, and we don't try to just every time we want to say something go on YouTube for views. We don't do that.
The doctor did not say all his tests was negative. Man, when y'all go read those transcripts in court, then you'll know.
But what does that have to do with us?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with us, man? At the end of the day, we still haven't seen our daughter.
And
that's
on her journey.
She's on her journey. She need to do what she need to do. At the end of the day.
So we love you. I love you. Mama loves you. Whenever you're ready to talk, a lot of things that whoever is telling you whatever, if you want to hold him down to his court date, only the truth will come out regardless. It has nothing to do with her. The truth will be revealed. Either way, if he's innocent, let it be revealed.
The sad part about this is most of you people are on here. So, I mean, not everybody, but some of these people that's on here are true R. Kelly supporters. And it's the sad part about this is that they don't want to take the facts and think about what did this man do wrong. Well, they didn't think he didn't do anything wrong. Nothing.
His music. They believe it. No, he did something wrong.
No, they don't believe.
They just feel they like his music.
Supporting him.
I liked his music.
That's the sad part.
But you have to separate. We've always said you have to separate the musical artist from the individual, and it's hard to do when you don't have a family member involved. It's hard to separate those two because you just see it as one of the same. But it's not. It's not one of the same. It's totally two different things. So I can see how you all would want to support him because it's music, but unless you walk in our shoes and have the perception and knowledge that we have experienced, then you will have a different perception of that, of reality. Because your reality is just the music, so let everything slide. Would you let something slide if it was your family member? A lot of you would not, and some of you would. Because I know women who know that their boyfriend or whatever is sleeping with their daughter, but because they want to keep them in, they let it slide. So I think some of the R. Kelly supporters are like that, to be honest. But a lot of you all are not. A lot of you have a lot of knowledge. You have kids and have spoke up for your kids when they were in situations such as ours. It doesn't have to be an entertainer. It could be any low joker down the street.
Well, you're right, Dubowski. I agree with that. Stop contacting his lawyer. We don't contact his lawyer.
Oh, because of that. No, he's talking about me on Twitter. Yeah. Now, first of all, everybody has their due day in court. Their day in court. Everybody deserves to be represented. The issue that I have with the attorney Bunjean is not only she representing R. Kelly in court, but she actually has represented every convicted predator in the entertainment industry. From Keith Raniere, it was some more. Bill Cosby. I don't know Bill Cosby history. I just know he was accused of several things, and he got out, and she represented him on his appeal. I do know Keith Raniere was the serial predator that was convicted. I think she represented some of the Weinstein people that were involved in that. So my issue with her is that she builds her so disrespect her because she's an attorney. She's going to do her job. But my thing is that she tries to find loopholes in the law to make it fit in this little tight circle to help get convicted predators off. And it's not just because she's worked out with Kelly, but she has a history of representing multiple convicted predators. You have to do your research on who she's represented. But I've learned now that just let her do her job. Somebody tweeted me that, and I said, yeah, that's right. Let her do her job. She's doing the job. So, and I'm the first to tell you that people do lie. We've had people scare the shit out of us and come tell us horror stories. I mean, like that they went through R. Kelly and had us
right now. Panic. That's something I'm gonna get on real quick.
They do lie.
Now we've had people tell us horror stories.
Exactly.
And we've had them to get in touch with the federal agents.
We put them in touch.
We put them in touch with the federal agents because what they saying was horrible. Now, like I told you, just because you saw a handful of women that was on the Surviving R. Kelly, that don't mean that was just all women. We talked to a lot of young ladies, and I'm telling you, we put them in touch with the federal agents, and they didn't show up at the time they want to talk to the federal agent because they was ready to talk to them per se. But by far, guys, everybody ain't perfect. Everybody ain't 100%. But we know for a fact that R. Kelly is not perfect. No one's perfect, but he's beyond not perfect when you start messing with kids and messing with teenagers.
Oh, yes, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Although he's convicted, but we still say allegedly. I say allegedly out of respect to his followers that still have that hope that August trial, those tapes won't get revealed, the new ones, but I don't know. I don't have a way. I can't say either way because I wasn't there during that time frame.
And these people talking about people putting up saying Joy need rent money and all that. I'm like, dude, why would you put that up? This doesn't make sense.
But we just wanted to get on here because I mean, if I really want a good laugh, I could just go in there and look on YouTube and see the headlines and people say, but I don't.
I see you, Shabazz. I see you on there. You know the business, bro.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're here.
I got my podcast too.
Let's talk about this a little bit. Let's talk a little bit. Let me tell you something.
I don't know about this drunken mama.
let me tell you something, bro. First time I met you, I was at the courthouse. And like I told you at the courthouse, I said, bro, you jumped in front of my face, first of all, about this far from me. And I said, man, look, what's coming out of the elevator, brother, which is my daughter. If you don't move, I'm gonna make you move out my way. Just that simple. And you said, it's like that? I said, yes, sir, it's like that. You want to keep it that way, you keep it that way. My brother-in-law was standing right here, and my other my girlfriend's boyfriend was standing right next to him. And so, my Jocelyn, Jalen's boyfriend. So, and Shabazz said, oh, so he moved out the way. So later on, me and him talk. But the doc, let's get these lines that you doing, man. Let's talk straight about this, bro. You gonna put up something that's real. I never spoke on you, bro, because at the end of the day, I have no reason to speak on you. But you get on your YouTube and say something that was fairly so untrue, man. Way across the water. Like me and Jonjolin was there on the pub the night of the fight.
The day before
the fight.
Hey, we
wasn't there, bro.
Maybe he got that.
Where you get that from? Go back to TMZ and look on January the 9th of 2020, where it says girlfriend Jocelyn Savage after the fight with Azarel. Look at that and it said the guy from TMZ met with us outside a convention in Atlanta. We was going to a convention that night when we heard about it. So how in the world we gonna know something about a fight, bro? That's what people come on and they put shit up, and it ain't true.
I did fly up there the next morning.
But Jonjolin did fly up there the next morning afterwards. Her and Jalen flew up there the next morning. I stayed here. Jordan was here with me, bro. So then she had another court date, was on January the 23rd. That's when I went up there. I went up there a day before because we had to get to the court to make sure we meet her in the court that morning. That same night, bro, that's when we went to R. Kelly house. We was invited there. So I'm gonna tell you when I was there, bro, I ain't got no reason to lie. I got no reason to tell you where I was and where I wasn't. I was invited up there. You feel me? She had a key with one of Jocelyn's friends, matter of fact. So the girl was up there, she fighted me and Jonjolin and Jalen up there and say.
And we didn't going through no stuff
and nothing like that, bro.
That nasty
we was in that nasty apartment, man.
We had boxes of,
so when you say something about me and Jay, just keep it real, man. I ain't trying to do something to hurt your character or hurt you. But bro, when you talk about us like that, man, saying we was up there in the apartment and all that, I don't know where you got your facts from, bro, but you need to chop them, man. Go back, like I said, look at the TMZ video on the January the 9th of 2020. You'll see that we was in Atlanta, Georgia.
But we were up there the next day.
And then Jonjolin and Jalen was up there the next day. I was up there, like I said, day before the 23rd of January when she had her court date, bro. So when you come talk to us, we gave you much respect. After me and you had our little words or whatever, gave you much respect, bro. Much respect. We sitting there. Me, my mother-in-law, a 80 or 70-year-old lady, sitting there talking to you like men and women. We talking like men and women. There ain't no disrespect. We talking like men and women. So when you come sitting there talking to us, and then you drive us back to the hotel in the Range Rover. I remember what car you was in. Matter of fact, like I said, I had one before. So, and it was paid for, by the way. So we went back to the hotel. You dropped us off. You actually said, hey, y'all want to sit down and talk about it? Later on, we said, no, we don't know. We don't know what we're going to do. We about our door. And we didn't live with you after that, bro. So you sit there and talk all these little things like that, man. That ain't right, man. That's what I say. When something come on and we talking about R. Kelly and doing this and doing that, you know what I'm saying? It's just not right, man. You know? It just don't do that. My mama right here, by the way. You understand? So when we talking and we sitting there doing stuff, my mother is standing right here by me. So don't say we didn't come from a bad household. My mother and father was married over 50 years, raised 4 grown boys at the house. You feel me? Good household, man. So don't go there.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Mom. I'm talking to some people on YouTube. But anyway, that's how we get down, man. respectful family. Respect, period, man. And when you disrespect us to a degree like that, man, and we didn't show you no disrespect, that's wrong. Definitely, it's wrong. Period. You want to say something?
That's really
come here, Mama.
Bad.
Come on,
you know,
come on.
It's just
come on.
I don't want to get involved
I know you don't want
this stuff.
I understand, Mama.
It don't make no sense.
This
Everybody knows. Everybody knows, baby, how R. Kelly is. He got his own self in that situation. He got his own self in there. Did nobody push him or did nothing? He pushed himself in there.
I know, Mama. But listen, Mama, talk about how you with your husband and how your daughter didn't come to actually see your husband when he was at the funeral. I know, Mama.
Hey, my granddaughter, my husband was in the hospital, and he was crazy about Jocelyn. And Jocelyn called at the hospital, called him on the phone. And I don't know what the words that they said. And he told Jocelyn she need to get her life together. That's all he said. And when he died, she did not come to the funeral. She did not send no flowers. And that's really bad when a granddaughter does that. It's bad. And I don't know what your situation is, what your family is. But we have a good, loving sons, and I brought them up in the right way. And I hope that you would, come to God and pray about this world and stuff, because this world is getting bad. You hear stuff, going on every day, sisters and brothers and mothers and husband and wives, they're doing everything. But they need to get in touch with the Lord and pray.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to get in touch with the Lord and pray.
Okay.
And I hope that you would do the same and pray in your family. And I don't know what else to say, but just trust in the Lord and pray, okay? And you be good. And I prayed for this world to get better, but I know it's not. I know it's not. But I think about my granddaughter every day. Every day. And I wish she would call, but she don't call. She don't. I just don't know what's wrong with her. I just don't know. But one day she'll wake up and she will see. She will see what she have left behind. Because she think that people that she's staying with that care about her, no. You let her get down and sick, they're going to throw her away. They're going to say, Joyce, go back to your mom and dad. And if she does that, that's her daddy and mama. They will take her back in because that's their daughter. And they love her daughter. And I love my granddaughter. But that's all I got to say. I heard that when I come upstairs, I had to come up and see what my son is talking about, And he was talking so loud, I had to come up and see what's going on.
It's all right, Mama.
I had to see what's going on,
It's okay.
But
it's okay, Mama. It's okay.
Yeah. You have a good night, okay?
All right, Mama.
Did y'all turn the air up?
Yeah,
turn the air conditioner?
I turned the air down, Mama.
I need the heat on because it's cold in here.
I'll turn it on for you.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mama. you know, it's really a situation when you have your parents get involved with something like this, especially when they're older, they're up in age, and you don't want older people to get involved with something like this, man. You know, that's my mama. I love her. And I'm glad that you guys love your mothers too. We have to come to a conclusion on this. It's no disrespect to no one on here, whether it's Shabazz or whether it's anybody. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just can't have somebody saying that I did something or we did something that was not true. We was never, ever put in a situation to where we was, man, you know, it hurt my mama to be up here like this, man, to hear all this crap about her granddaughter. She already up in age. I don't know what else to say, bro. Shit's stressful. You know, y'all talk shit about me all day. I don't care. You talk anybody else. Leave my mom out this. You know, just keep me real. I'm just keeping it real, man. It gets to a point where shit get real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it real. You know, my mother loves Jocelyn, man. It just bothers her so much to hear her talk about this. And guys, if you want the facts and the truth, why don't we just have R. Kelly get on TV and just tell the truth? Tell the truth about what really happened, bro. That's what he need to do. Tell the truth. When I talked to him, he told me I would never see my daughter again. And I never met the guy before. Tell those things, man. Tell how you a controlling person, bro. I'm talking about R. Kelly. Tell those things, man. Tell how you abuse women, man. Tell how I have women crying to me, man. You know, we got to stop these things, bro. We just got to, man. You know, it's enough shit going on across seas in Russia and all that over there for us to be having this right over here. For one person that y'all think is guilty, why don't we just question him instead of questioning the parents, instead of questioning the victims? He had every right to get up on that stand and talk. Every right to defend himself. And he didn't do it. So tell me why. Every right. It wasn't because of the lawyer. It wasn't because of nothing else. It's because he didn't want the facts and the truth to come out, guys. That's all it was. The facts and the truth. Just like we talking right now, if he have so many supporters that's behind him right now, they need to question his ability to come out and talk to the media and have some type of way to tell what really happened. Because it's always a two-sided story. And I'm telling you right now, the victims have spoken. Why come he did not speak? Because his lawyer probably told him not to, right? Well, let me tell you something. When I'm facing life in jail, what do I have to lose? Either to tell the truth or tell a lie. But what do I have to lose? By not opening my mouth so they can understand my legacy is on the line. If I'm going to jail, I need to speak. Just that simple. And I think if R. Kelly is the guy that y'all say he is, and he's so innocent, guys, whoever, Dubosky, whoever, or whoever, just tell him the next time you talk to him on the phone, say, Kelly, you need to speak, brother. You need to speak loud and clear so people can hear what you got to say. And tell the truth, because you ain't an angel. But tell the truth. What happened? People deserve to know. These people are putting their lives on the line every day because they think that you're right. and you're not sitting here, you sitting back like the Pharaoh, and you got them doing your dirty work. And I'm sitting here like Moses, and I'm telling you, God you got to let his people go, bro. And the only way you're going to let his people go is that you got to talk. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, you got to talk, because you got people in your corner talking for you, but you ain't talking. It's the same thing with Joseph. I don't know what's going on with my daughter because she haven't talked yet. Guys, and I'm finna get off this thing and I'm gonna tell you real quick. And this is the last thing. Every time y'all saw me got on TV, every time y'all see me and my wife on TV, the most important thing we want to find out was what? Make sure our daughter was healthy and okay. We didn't talk about pressing no charge. We didn't talk about nothing. Every time you see us talk on radio, TV, anything, we want to make sure that our daughter was healthy and okay. Period. So, guys, we're going to end this note on Shabazz. We're going to end this note on some other folks, the Boski. We're going to end this note on some Sharon. All those people that's out here rumbling, get Rob to talk. So then y'all can know the facts. And once you know the facts, then everything else come to light. But right now, ain't nobody talking but y'all. And y'all just putting up, I ain't gonna say everybody, because everybody ain't doing this, but most people are just putting up cash apps and saying, cash out me the money, cash out me the money. And you know, the thing is, like y'all, my wife just mentioned something not too long ago. Shanti McGee, something on camera. Man, listen, why y'all still listen? Just listen to me. Just listen. Daboski, just listen to me. Rob, you said Rob cannot talk. Rob got himself in this situation, bro. Think about what I'm telling you. Look, think of a logical man. Think about what's going on. Like Robert said when he was on the show, think logically. And I'm telling you guys the same way. Think logically. If he wants to talk, he got to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. He got to tell the facts, bro. And he don't want to tell, he don't want to spill the beans.
He had a right to remain silent.
He had a right to remain silent, but you, as his supporters, deserve the right to know. Not attacking all the victims and the parents. Ask him the questions.
I think of somebody, your daughter needs rent money. If Joseph
needs rent money, he should just call me.
We haven't,
bro. We don't know who's getting that information. See, that's part of this hula ha ha. You know what I'm saying? We don't do all that. If Joseph needs something from me, she can pick up the phone call. Her grandmama, she can pick up the phone call, and I promise you, it'll happen.
She called cousins or uncles.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I met my mama tonight because she was here. Me and my wife went out of town on a cruise. So we just got back today, really. So the thing is, again, you know, we got to stop all this foolishness, man. We got to do right. And how we do right is Rob got to talk. Put the shoes where they fit. You know, the OJ trial, go back to it. If Rob don't talk, he's going to stand locked up for life. That's on him. That ain't on you. That ain't on the victims. He brought that on himself because he don't want to talk. You know the reason why he don't want to talk? I'm going to leave it as let him do what he do. Because at the end of the day, you know, if you don't say something, you're going to have a problem. And his thing is, he need to do what he need to do. He need to speak up right now and tell the truth. What happened to these girls in the room. Tell the truth what happened to Azarel. Tell the truth what happened. Whether it was good or bad, guys. Tell the truth. Just that simple. It just speaks volumes. A lot of people don't want to confess. But anyway.
No, we have not seen spoken to Joy.
No, we have not seen spoken to Joy. But like I said to Daboski, and like I said to Shabazz, you know, we respect.
No, Azrael is none of our concern.
No, Azrael is not our concern. Azrael is a concern for her mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our concern was to help other victims get out, but once they're out, they're with their parents or with their loved ones. So whatever you may say about us, it doesn't mean anything if Rob is not speaking. And that's the God's Son is truth, guys. Shabazz, if you put out and show the facts, bro, how we talked to you and how we met you, man, you need to straighten it up, bro. We never showed you nothing but respect, bro. Period. Me and my wife.
Don Russell said you lying to him.
Don Russell's a bitch, bro. Don't get me started, bro.
And he's the one
Don't
that
get me started, bro.
To the death,
Don't get me started. Don't even get me started with Don Russell.
Jesus said you lying. Oh, Jesus on here now?
Okay, man. We need to end this.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, let me say this here, and let me say this quickly. Shabazz, man, tell the truth, bro. That when you met me and my family, how you met us, we didn't show you nothing but love. When we showed you respect, that's all we asked for back, bro. It's respect. We ain't asked for nothing more than that. You know, that's real talk. And what's the other guy named Debowski? Debowski showed my daughter with respect, so I'm gonna show you the respect.
Oh well, he said he never disrespected. He said he told his truth. He said I said you were in his house and you were. I messed up the date. We were in his house.
Yeah, I didn't never say I wasn't in his house, but I was there. I was there on January the 23rd, bro. That's the reason why I said you could look at the TMZ video. You could tell what we was there, but you was making it seem like we was there before before the fight, bro. We didn't have no clue. We was just in the dark like everybody else. So when they caught us, we was going into a convention to speak about how women are being, how women was being treated and being disrespected. So
so that is respect to you, but when you kind of, when you said to Jocelyn, you making money. To me, make money the root of success. When you say she came from the bottom, and you think she was like it was a come up for her to get with R. Kelly.
It never was a come up, bro.
That's not a come up to get with somebody like that.
At the end of the day, Jocelyn had her own clothing stores and everything else. Jocelyn, at the end of the day,
collections, baby.
And at the end of the day, Jocelyn had loving parents.
Right.
At the end of the day, Jocelyn had loving grandparents on both sides of the family. So when I say this, and I say this because y'all heard my mama, she came up here. She was so happy she's here in town in Georgia. So
she stayed with Jory.
She stayed with Jory while we went out of
town. Girls,
right?
On the age with just anybody,
right?
And then
so we flew up here, right? So my thing is, again, I just want y'all to understand is that we respect all peoples until people get to a point where it's so disrespectful that we have to talk. We don't want to, but we want to leave this whole matter behind us and move forward as a family and get on something else. We wanted to bring the girls out, but at the end of the day, guys, we got to have R. Kelly to say something and say what went happen on this. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's two sides to every story. Real talk. So we finna get ready to get off this live. And if you got one more thing you want to say.
Those people who have said they need to tell me something, just DM me on my page, if you know my page, whatever. DM me, I'd be happy to answer or
you 100% right,
because I'm a people person. I love people. I didn't used to talk. At one point I was so depressed and quiet. I used to stutter a lot because I have anxiety, and my anxiety was through the roof when I was dealing with this. But I've grown. I've matured. I'm as strong as a rock now. I mean, life is going to push, you in a lot of different directions. So you just have to deal with the hand that you're giving and make the best of it. And I pray. And so for those who playing God on here and say God is not hearing our prayers or listen to us,
you can't judge.
Don't do that,
person,
because
bro.
the same measure you use to judge someone else is the same measure God's going to use to judge you. So be careful with the words you speak. I don't even speak on my client. I want him to get his justice. If he's really innocent,
well, he needs to speak.
Get his justice.
I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna say this always. And this is what I'm gonna say, brother. if R. Kelly wants to do something and he wants to do right by people, only thing he needs to do is one thing only, is speak.
He has spoken, but is he speaking the truth?
Right. So for now, hey, I just had to come on here, talk about a couple things that was just real overboard. Shabazz, if that's where we at, brother, look, you can always not Dana J, but Dubowski, man, I appreciate you for treating my daughter with respect, bro. I do respect that. So that's one thing. I mean, we could all have a conversation, but at the end of the day, we gotta have a respect conversation. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no bull crap. You feel me? All right. So much love to everybody. You know, we got to get the truth out. And how we gonna get the truth out if we don't talk? So let's get it. And I'll holler at y'all.
Love you, love everybody. Love y'all.
All right, peace, bro.
Bye-bye.
Y'all take care.
Why?